Check. Just checking in. Don't ever do this, but I figured might as well. All right, so I got a couple requests in-house. Boy, one. So I'm just gonna look. I'm just looking if there's a power hour trade. Fine. I might take something. I got a couple things I'm looking for swing setups. Look at DraftKings, just nasty. If you guys have requests, go for it. And I did go ahead and stream this on YouTube, but and Twitter. So first request is AMD. We're gonna see. I don't know, man. This one's looking a little. I liked it in here in the 140s. Here's what I'm looking at. So tomorrow's FOMC, and we are. It's not till midday though. So if we swing anything, it's actually okay because we don't have the big deal doesn't hit until like midday. So AMD, this is that prior all-time high here. I got to look at this little shelf now. This was clearly the better entry, 132s, and filling this fair value. I don't know, man. I don't see anything on AMD that's like really swingable. I mean, it's possible lower high, but it's a higher low too. So this looks like consolidation. Just take a look at the chain really quick. 149s. Yeah, I mean, if you want to like a quickie overnight, I'm seeing 145s, but I'm also seeing, yeah, I don't see this happening at one. I don't see this going higher. It could be like a quick overnight 145 put. What's that trading at? Right now it's trading at 120. I'm just going to put that over here and look at it. This is how this works. This is the option that I'm looking at. This is a 145 put for Friday. If we go, it would have to close below. I'm actually going to take this gap and blow this candle here. So 148. Otherwise, it's possible that she bounces in here. And you're really just, it's a tiny, tiny target. Like there. 145. PT. Otherwise, if you don't take this and you see it bouncing up through, I don't hate that for a long. And then that becomes like massive consolidation. But that's you're still in here. So I don't think this goes anywhere anytime soon. It's just in this in that block. I got another one, Costco. Cool. What's up, Tom Crown? Tom Crown in the house. What's up? CC is got. I'm just doing some swing setups. If I see a power hour trade, I'll take it. On the right hand side, this is how we stream in the server. On the right hand side are options that we're looking at, and then we'll just do some quick. I got a crazy view here. DraftKings look good. I'm long end phase from yesterday's close. This looks good. So far, it's like a banger of a trade. If it's as long as it's closing over 115, I love this for continuation. But I'm over the 200-day, over this full volume shelf here. A little bit of a stutter step at the beginning, and then boom, she's off and running. Like full gap is 120s. Can you believe I grabbed 120 calls when it was at 110? For weeklies? Crazy. CrowdStrike tomorrow too, by the way. So CrowdStrike has what is it? So CrowdStrike has an investor briefing tomorrow. I like the setup here. And again, if it's FOMC, that's fine for me. The FOMC is not until like midday. Here's where CrowdStrike is. You're right in between. Let me take this NFP thing off. You're right there. So she's in a very squeezy spot. CrowdStrike, this could be a power move tomorrow opening. Does anybody know when? Does anybody know when the investor briefing is? So I'm looking at 280 calls on Crowd. It's about $10 away from here. These are possible swings. So basically just opening 30 minutes into the close. Crowd investor relations. Just going to take a quick look. September 17th, we had day one keynote. Day two. Okay, so September 18th, this is tomorrow. That's 11 a.m. So you don't necessarily have to get this, but I think from here into that September 18th briefing, there's a little hidden catalyst. I like that. What were we looking at Costco for? You guys want shorts, man. I'm just telling you, I'm looking across the board. I don't see a lot of shorts. All-time highs aren't really bearish. But, you know, so weekly candle. We had, what did we get today? We got retail sales today. So sometimes they do like to sell the news on this retail sales, which was actually up. And it ends up being a dip buy. So I would be really careful. Even things like Target. I mean, I think Costco ends up being a dip buy. But it's not like a big dip. I'm not a big fan here. I'd like it below 900. Like it is below 900, but if you see it crossing, if you see Costco crossing up over 9, that's fine. But otherwise, in here you have the 20. I gotta wait to do anything on Costco. This is a no touch for me here, just because you're essentially retesting this breakout. So if you wanted to take it short, there's some people here. Anybody that was selling here, thinking it was short, it popped up. They might be covering right around now. So that's why I would be cautious on Costco for sure. Yeah, Nike, JR did exactly what we're in the server sheet. Nike did exactly what we were talking about. Beautiful bounce on Nike. Back test to the 50. I mean, here's the daily. Pop, pull back, retest, boom. Stay long. I don't know this option play right now. I'm like 85 something. Austin, what's up? Airbnb. Oh man, I saw Airbnb a second ago. I'm like, oh dude, I don't really want to chase it. So if for swings, what I want is stuff that hasn't made big nasty gap and goes. If they're closing in the upper half of the day, like this looks good. Airbnb looks really good. If this trend can continue, look at this spot on Airbnb. This is pretty juicy, my man. So I do like this spot post earnings. I think they had a little big sell off and you're well over this kind of gap. So this is kind of like if I can pull back and look at Nike, same thing, big pullback, then you get over that little hump and then you do tend to extend and then you'll pull back. So if we see something like that on Airbnb, it might continue. I just, it was big. It's a big move today. This doesn't look bad, but it has to close over this peak here. So it's this, boom, right there. As long as you're closing over 120.75, I think you're okay. But if you don't, you're really looking at a retest somewhere in between here to here. So this is your retest area. And then check this volume shelf out. That's about just under 119, 120. Essentially yesterday's or the day before yesterday's high, 119 and change. That's a beautiful retest. That would be, you would feel kind of lame, and that's all gonna set up right in that 120 area. But yeah, she looks like, I don't know, was there a catalyst on that today? Yeah. I think this is just kind of like long consumer. I think you do want to be long consumer in general. CrowdStrike. Don't let me forget about this CrowdStrike 280 call. I like this towards the close. Really tight area with the catalyst on deck. um, you saw what? 13 million calls, same on, is that CrowdStrike? Yeah. Let's take a look. I'm going to take a look at the chain. Oh, 19,000 calls to 11,000 puts, 11,600 puts. IV percentile is pretty low, 35th percentile. So, I mean, that's why I'm like, okay, it's consolidating. This is in a good spot. This is the kind of consolidation I like to see. Tells me IV is going to be pretty low. I can validate here. It's very low. They're not buying a ton of time. Whoa. Okay. I take that back. They're buying time in January. I see September 20th. They're going 285, 290s. That makes no sense to me. And I see a lot of January calls going out 310s and 370s. That looks like maybe spreads. But that would be a full retest. Basically, whatever happens, they're looking for this. Boom. To fill. So 310, 370 call debit spread. 15. And that's actually the exact width that you want on something like this with that kind of time. I do like that, but it's $1,000 for the spread. Was it CRM? I don't know. I like this though. I don't know. September 20th. They're aggressive. They are aggressive. They're in like 285s right now, 280s, and some in the 290s, which is, look, if you get past this and we crack through, 280 is going to be a nothing burger because you're going straight into this 300 kind of shelf, which is why this is like an intriguing spot to me. Filling this, essentially this gap right here. That's almost 300. Yeah, I mean, Catalyst on deck. I like it. I like it a lot. 280 is not bad. I'm probably going to grab this. Assuming this closes over 270. Yeah, this is going to validate for me. I have a little fair value here, 272, and then that 50-day. But look, if we start opening, let's say this 50-day comes in like that, and we have any kind of chop, and then tomorrow we're opening over the 50-day, it's just going to be like kaboom quickly. This is going right now. I'm not supposed to take this yet. Fuck. Sorry, I'm cursing. And I haven't sent this yet. But yeah, I mean, look, we close over yesterday's high. It's just like directional up. We're over pre-market highs. We're not over pre-market highs, but this is, I'm going to go ahead and get a starter. 280's in at 220. That's what they're at right now. Looks like they're some to buy, some to sell. I'll starter. Starter. DraftKings was a nasty break. So I don't know who's, this is like NFL season over the 200. That's that red line here. These are looking squeezy. All these. So I had, for a gap fills like 42s. Let me see this guy. These are cheap. All right, DraftKings, 30th percentile IV, 30,000 calls to 7,000 puts. Okay. Most of the stuff that's popping out is the September's 38th, but that's like already happened. December 43s, the next highest order. Take a look. Ooh, December 43s. I mean, NFL time. If we close over this, boom, right there. Are we? Oh, fuck me. I hate when shit looks like it's triggering like right before like big events. And you want to get this before it's over 40. Because there's this weird thing that happens with options. As long as it's under 40, the second that it goes over 40, price premiums are going to get inflated. I don't know. I think I'm going to skip this for now. It's just like a weird psychological price. Yeah, Q's, by the way. So below the session gap, this one looks like it's going to pop down a little bit. If I was going to look anything, it might be in this area. If it doesn't close, if it closes over 472, I mean, this is essentially where we've gone. So this would be low, higher low, even still over the 20 and the 50. The problem is, like, when I look at stuff like Nvidia this morning, Nvidia looked like it was just over the 20 and 50 in the pre, and then boom, she gets rejected. So this looks rough. But hopefully I think she kind of starts to defend. Take this out. And I'll look at this order block here. So even holding here, it's 115 essentially. Yeah, you can pull this all the way back to here. As long as she's holding 115, which look at, like, literally right now, that's where she's at. I think she makes another run up into it. I just don't know if it breaks through. So I'm going to leave this be for now. It was a nice short this morning. But I don't know. I think that might be played out. You got to wait. Turn back. What are you? Sorry, I'm in the server too. I'm looking. Some of these got Apple. I mean, you could. I just, like, this has acted so well for so long. I just think she's in a chop zone, like into here. So 211. You got, this is the peak volume shelf right here. 213. And all of this. So, like, maybe, but you got a couple bucks. I'd rather day trade Apple than swing it because these are pretty cheap. And I don't know that. I think you just retest this 211 right here. Sorry, dude. CLH with the, like, power candle today. This was our buy zone in server. Selling puts. I'm fully out of the money now. I think she's filling this gap. She's filling this gap to 36. I think you could. It's still choppy. Let's see. 30,000 calls to 8,000 puts. Yeah, Ivy is expensive on this one. So I'm still sell puts mode. This is 51st percentile. It's just okay. It's not super expensive, to be fair, but it's not cheap. This is what I'm selling puts. Yeah, no, I'm not taking these YOLOs. These guys are like 70 calls for January, 42 calls for October 4th. That's a weird one. Whoa. 41 and 42 calls for October 4th. I think they're selling those as premium. Yeah, I wouldn't take those. Yeah. I chill. You can wait till after FOMC, see something happens. All right. Tesla, I got 2 trades on. Tesla's choppy. So this played. I'm going to redo this. I got to call this S. Save as. Save. No, I think she chops in the zone for a little bit. You give this a minute. That's why I like Ivy was very expensive. I'm short 225 calendars. And I have directional butterflies for pop, but I think she could come back down. This is like day trade mode on Tesla. Not going. She's got to get over this. This purple line is the 200 week. So right now you have like this mini triple top, which I don't mind, right? So like here, triple top ish. So that means like if I get, and this white line is that prevailing downtrend, I'd rather take it next time when it gets towards the 20 like this, and boom, then I'll take it, because I don't think there's such a thing as a triple top. And I think the next one she goes, but that puts us around 216, 217s. But this volume shelf is solid right in here. So I like that area, but I'm looking at this type of trajectory. I don't think it's a short unless you're just a quick day trade, but it's just back to that 20. So we're like 20 and the 50 are like tightening up. So let's say the 50 comes in, 20 is like that, 200 is going to be like that. It's essentially going to look like this and then go. Stop. At least that's it. Ooh, someone says Upstart. Yeah. Thomas, I like these setups. So IWM was looking strong. We got FOMC tomorrow. So FOMC, like this rate cut thing, this is all about small caps. We look at KRE. Really trying. My NYCB, very good day today. Booming. I almost feel like I want to get some leaps on this guy. Almost. Wait, can you imagine? What if New York Community Bank recovers? Like, what can you imagine if this stock recovers? Like, good Lord. So there's this that's starting to look like the the Roblox setup. Maybe not as much. Speaking of, we should look at Roblox. Tough. Yeah, I think you're chill on Roblox right now. Not take that. But it's the lender. So it was Upstart first and then Affirm. This is that key 37. I was looking at this today, 37.85, 38 order block level. This looks good. Like it's about to crack through again. Kind of a power candle right now. I might wait personally. Let me see. Just gonna look at the chain. 40,000 calls, 39,000 calls, 13,000 puts. IV percentile is low, 22nd percentile, very low. When do they have earnings? Earnings on deck November 5th. So I could look at something that might be a pre-earnings pop. So November 1st. Not a lot of volume. They're on $40 calls. What are they doing here? Whoa. Biggest order is a make no sense order. June 2025, 2250 put. It looks like it was executed in the middle, so I don't know. It's a big pivot. I don't. You're right into resistance right now, so I don't want to take anything here unless it's over. Like I'd rather see it. It looks like you'll get a breakthrough, right? But I'd rather see this. You have this fair value to 41. So it would be like that 40 call, near dated, like super near dated. Yeah, there they are. They're like Fridays, $40 calls, 5,200 volume. That's where they are. Then you can hit that. And then expect to fill this volume shelf to 41. I like that a lot. It's like $70. You got 100 shares. Yeah, I wouldn't sell those at any time, like at all. Look at the daily for Broadcom. I mean, semis are, I think, okay. Broadcom's at 170, man. No. I'm hesitant to short straight up. Like, if this is a clean range, which I think Broadcom is a decent range, I would rather be short like post FOMC. See, this is too tight for me. These two, the 20 and 50 day, and I don't want this. So the daily for Broadcom, I know I gotta look smaller time frame. I can think in daily terms, but it's this here, right? So like, here's your actual, call it change of character. Your up break of structure here. If you want to look at daily, this is it, but it's this 20 and the 50 and this order block right here that I would be hesitant. What is this? Wait, we're at 161. Yeah. This is more day trader. Like day trader, if I see it cracking below 160, so like if it's just over 160, and then as it's breaking down through 160, I would take that as a day trade, maybe tomorrow or the next day. There are some wild volumes on. Do they just sell premiums on this? It's 42nd percentile, 69,000 calls, 54,000 puts. It's pretty even. Yeah, selling calls 170s for October 4th. Selling puts 142s for November. I think that's pretty spot on. I'm gonna chill on that one. Real VC wants to look at LRCX. How much time do we got? It's almost an hour. Watching this crowd contract. So this was like a Micron type setup, which by the way isn't horrible. So right into this order block. I'm not an options guy here. I think this was like your perfect type, 725. I think she continues, but yeah. So like as long as you're over this 760s, this order block, this 750, it's probably fine. That might be snipes. Let me just see. These guys, you guys like some really fucking illiquid shit. LRCX. They like these big dollar, big daily, average daily range moves for like back half of the week options. Because if you get it, you get nasty, and they're on like 800 calls for Friday, which is like right into here. So I see that. So the ask is 335. The bid is 285. So here's it's borderline. So this is how it works. I don't want a bid ask spread more than 10%. So 335, 285 divided by, call it $335 contract. That's 15%. It's borderline. 15% wide bid ask spread. It's okay. It's not horrible, but that means you have to make at least 20% on your contract move to really like break even. If you don't, no bueno. But this looks like a decent spot. Decent spot. Here, I'll pop this chart into the server. $9.20. It's a good spot. I'll give him that. I was planning on waiting as well. Yeah, but Pelosi just bought. Yo, I can't. I'm not a big look. I haven't been a fan of Broadcom for a while though. Triple witching is Friday. Yep. Down 11 of the 12. I mean, I don't really do a whole lot of that so much. Austin wants to look at XPI. I did see. So I'm just gonna do what are the main biotechs? CRSP. Bouncy. XPI. I saw some help, like Lilly and them were down. Consolidation. This is waiting. This is definitively waiting. I think it's at the top of the range. This is waiting for tomorrow. If this goes, it's going to be nasty. But this was like Microsoft. Side note. So I'll show you this. So Microsoft was like, here's the range, XBI, from here, essentially to here, in here. And it had traded in this range for a while. And it finally started to break out. And now you're getting over here, right? So this is a weekly scale. I'm going to show you Microsoft now, what that looks like. This was that range. You're finally getting over. So like the thing is, if you get this pop through, I feel like this is what tomorrow could look like. Big pop up, then start to fade it out. Like the better short is way up there if you're going to do anything. But that means that as long as even Microsoft is holding like 430 now, that's probably where we go. And this is a pretty solid back test right into that. There's actually a lot of these, like a solid pullback. Amazon was one. It's just under the all-time highs. Where was it? Here. But here's that last break. Second order block here, holding higher low. Tough. Meta was similar. Actually, no, Meta looked more bullish. Yeah, so Meta right off this 530 prior all-time high, which is way back all-time high from here. I mean, this just looks like one big, nasty, giant flag. I will say, I don't know that this is the one, right? We went over this on Monday. I still think this is like maybe the next one, but if this push holds whatever it is through 530, over 530, this looks pretty damn close to ready. Even if it pulls back and does something like this, it's like this next one. I like it. That's like 550s. I just don't know I want to take it yet. This could pull back all the way to 5 and change. Appreciate you. Domino's. Hey man, we're long the consumer. You like this FOMC for AMD? Do you want it long or do you want it short? I mean, I still feel like these are like, okay, you're setting up. Dude, why do you even know this one? This is on side note, PSA is on one of my lists. That's is it public storage PSA, right? Look at my favorite stock ever. You guys NVR. PSA, I know it was up. Or was up the other day. Yeah, man, this thing's nasty. Just be long that. Seriously, just be long this. This was the 250 like retest was a gift, man. Right in here. Yeah, not many people know this. Just stay long. Stay long, be long. For PSA. That's a good one, dude. I mean, look at the chart. I bought a stock today. Started to. Accenture. Got a little beat up on an acquisition, but I think these guys are, I like the thesis here. We'll talk about it later. Oh, Austin, you did say something about CRM. So Dreamforce is today. Today, Dreamforce begins for CRM. That's the deal with Dreamforce. How often do I do these calls? No, I've never done this before, man. Just figured, yeah, because I didn't want to like take away from the crew. I'm not trading like active futures and stuff, and I need to do this for my setups anyways, because of the way that I trade, which is very different than most in Twitter. So I'm a swing trader. Even if I don't take anything today, it's still a setup for tomorrow, but this is like the prep session. CRM AI announcement coming. Yeah, well, today is Dreamforce. Dreamforce begins. Oh, I don't need that. Let me see if they have. Yeah, they're over here. That's investor. So this is tomorrow. JR in the server. So investor analyst and product session at Dreamforce. 4:30 p.m. Pacific. So I'm going to wait on Salesforce till post FOMC. Just know here's another catalyst. Analyst product session at Dreamforce. That's a big one. But it doesn't start till 4:30 Pacific. That's post. That's after hours tomorrow. So let this do the deal and pull back. I like this order block right in here. And that's about the halfway point. This is a solid consolidation. Like it's consolidation. But it's at the 20 and the 50 here. So the pullbacks could be, I think, slightly lower, and you could fill like a fair values in here. I like this 250 level. See how I did that? I just saved this new layout. It's a little cleaner. Yeah, so around 250, I do like this Salesforce area. I already have an alert set, so that's just over 250. So if that triggers for me sometime tomorrow, that's fine. And I might just take it at the close regardless. How is Miss Cleo this week? I think she's pretty spot on. She called the turnaround Tuesday today. Okay, side note. Okay, I have to go on with the MIT in a little bit. So we'll do this one. I'm going to take a break in a little bit. So right now I like this crowd setting up on the 280s. So sitting about 2. I'd like to see it close at least towards the highs and definitely over 270, which is over yesterday's high. I like this setup. And any open over 273 is just going to be like boomtown, like an end phase boomtown was today. And they're cheap right now. So I want to get them in beforehand. Look at this. Boop. So this was massive target though, right? So 118.50s we had filling this fair value. There's still a little itty bitty session gap. It's in 120. So I got like 10% left for this. We'll take it on tomorrow. Yeah, we did test the Nvidia. You know what? This so Nvidia, like I feel like Nvidia could be a buy. Oh, yeah, that is buy the dip. I just don't look. I don't think that we're breaking down ahead of FOMC. I feel like we went really far, really fast, and that we're in for some consolidation. I think today's little bit of mean reversion is healthy. but ahead of tomorrow, I just don't know why the market like sells off. Not until there's something crazy. So, yeah, I don't see it. Look at this. I mean, you could have, if you're looking super myopic, like super near term, and you're like, oh, okay, we're dumping, but we're not dumping. Like we're just still like consolidating from here to here. These 2 days, this is Wednesday and Thursday of last week. This is an average week's range. So 48-hour period, we moved the length of an average week. I don't see why even a retest of here. Now we're just retesting where? Right there. It's not, I don't see us really breaking anything. And look at the cues, right? Like it's going to be, if I'm going to take a short, it'll be lower and I'll pay up for a short, when it's lower. But this is a spot where like, if you were to go short, like, look at this, man. You could get your face ripped off real fast. And I don't really see that. I don't want to do that. It'll be glaringly obvious if it is a short. Look at this here. 471. And it'll be a short to here. These are the NFP levels. It'll be a short at least to here, likely to this 460 area on the Qs. On the SPUs. Where? Probably to the 50-day. 550s. If it's a short. That's not, even then, that's not a huge thing. Outside dipping clothing. Decent. Like it's not a breakdown so far. I don't see why they break down ahead of like potentially the most bullish catalyst these guys have had in so long. So we're over here. Technically, this is just starting to look like it's tomorrow. Tomorrow after the report or after his speech, that's really what matters. So we'll see, because they've been doing the sell-off, man. They've been doing the sell-off like they rippy all through the Q&A section. And then the second that it ends, it's like, whoop, done. If you want to hedge IWM through tomorrow, it's 210s. Putas. If you wanted to hedge through tomorrow, they're pretty even. IB is not horrible. Let's see. Time and sales. Yeah, a lot of sold calls in the 240 areas, January's. I don't hate that. And then, yeah, the puts are, there it is. It's not even that big. October 209. October 18th, 212s. But it's the hedges basically to back into this consolidation and filling this fair value. So that's about 208 max that I'd be looking for. And then honestly, think about it this way. You get here, it's just a failed breakout, fine, right? You'll know that if you're failing 215, you come in, you bounce a little, you might come down here, but you're right back in this consolidation. We're probably going back up anyways. Sorry, ranting. Do those NFP automatic? Yes, we're working on this. Those. I have these auto right now.
Hey, bro, you trading tomorrow morning?
Whoa, Jesse. What's up, dude? I don't know if you're live. Oh, it's all good. I'm on YouTube right now. Am I trading tomorrow live? Yeah. I probably am. Question. VIX is green and market is almost flat. Good question. Tomorrow morning, yeah. I think tomorrow morning we get the same. Oops, no, I need the main indices. Tomorrow morning we just get its basic trading. And then I think it's 11 Pacific. What is it? 1 or 2 Eastern? 2 Eastern. So the question is, why is the VIX flat or up and markets Flat. I think there's just hedging. Generally, it's not really that up. What is it? Is the VIX up really even? 2%. Yeah, just hedging. I mean, remember the VIX only measures a very specific, it measures 27 to 32 days to expiration. That's it. So like if you're buying time, and it's on here as the channel, like if you're buying time, that's when it's going to show up. There it is. What is this? 23. So only SPX options. The VIX measures only SPX options with more than 23 days. Oh, son of a bitch. And less than 37 days to expiration. So in that little window, 23 to 37, it's I mean, a very small snapshot of time. That's the only time. That's the only like expirations that the VIX measures. So people are essentially hedging SPX, only SPX, in that very specific time frame. And so that is, did I say 22 or 27? That's October monthlies, essentially. So yeah, so October monthlies are hitting. Yeah, so I see like SPX, someone got 4,000 puts. That's ridiculous. A big fat 4,000. I mean 4,000 lot of 4,000 puts. They're probably selling those. 4,600 puts. 10,000 lot of 5,000 puts. Yeah, so they're kind of loading up on SPX right now, but that's why. Can you see that? Yeah, so like here is the chain, and it's, yeah, man, roll down. Where did it go? I just saw it. Four thousand puts, 2,000 4,400s, 4,600s, 49s, and there it is. So 10,000 lots, 10,000 of the 5,000 puts coming in, mostly being purchased 2-to-1 on 100,000 open interest. So that's this option right here is popping the VIX specifically. There you have it. That is why. And I mean, that's not a horrible option, to be fair. Because what did that put us? We said the SPX. It's right here that we'd be looking for the hedge. And that was 10,000 lot on. They could be turning that into like a butterfly of some sort. 5,000s. Yeah, that's IV. They're like looking for this. I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. That's their YOLO. But hey, you never know. Super bears out there, man. But yeah, that October series, you're about like 17-point vol, 70% vol. It's very expensive. Yeah, that's the other thing is if you buy options that are shorter dated right now, anywhere through September, they're expensive. So any September expiration SPX is already inflated. So if you're really looking for hedges, you need to go beyond. You need to go into October at least because they're not as expensive. Oddly enough. We have event vol. Yeah, December is actually too expensive because then you have, if you go into November, then you have to pay it. You're paying up for election vol. So it's got to be October, which lands smack dab in the middle of that VIX window. Yeah, how'd Micron? Micron did good today. So I close, I think, let's see. I know I closed the majority. You got a little runner. Put a stop. 140. I think I got stopped out. So Micron was opened at 95 yesterday. I closed at 150. They're sitting at 130 right now. Yo. Frankie D. I hear you. You guys want to see? So the question, how did Micron do today? This is what it looks like. So these are the traders, basically. So Micron, so 3 trades opened yesterday. So Micron, $90 call, close over 87. Enphase, 120 call would close over 112. So, oh shit, did I not? So this was at 65. Oh, here it goes. Micron in at 95, Enphase in at 65. And then I did one last Dell, 120 for next week at 170. And that was it. A couple updates. And then some updates in the pre. Looking for this. Caught an upgrade. That's early. Micron 140. Dell 230. Enphase 125. And really, Enphase got to 250 from 65. There you go. Micro 160 runners only. That's it. And that was full target. Boom. Enphase. And I did close my target short. So that's what that looks like from our swing. This is Jesse. You got anything today? Swings.
Nothing pre-FOMC.
This is
I dollar cost averaged on Bank of America, which was a swing that went into profit, trimmed, and then went in drawdown when JP Morgan's CEO was like, yeah, guys, we don't really, your expectations are too high. It's pretty much what he said.
Nice. Dude, you see Duke? What is Duke? Duke's going nasty. Moderna, $70 calls. So Duke had, when did he get Moderna 70s? Oh, for 93 cents. He closed at 450. 450. He just opened Carvana.
Nice.
This is my favorite. Oh, yeah. Oh, and he rolled up Carvana. Holy shit. So he opened Carvana 157.50s earlier, and he rolled up. Yeah, so he just rolled up Carvana's into 160s. Oh, and I closed him. Yeah, I closed him. Bishop. Yeah, he's already in. He's already trimming out of his meta. I mean, everybody's basically close. I missed this Home Depot, dude. Oh my God. What a banger. Ace in and out. What's Casey doing? Yeah, Casey's out most of his Micron too. Jordy went into Apple this morning. Crazy. All right, guys. I think I have to jet to because I gotta go into a midstream. So we'll do a little bit more later on. Micron, I think I'm gonna close it. It's fine. Yeah. I'll take that down, but I don't need a whole lot. I want to like de-risk into FOMC. There are some trades like still gonna go. I like Crowd, but I don't know if it's gonna trigger. She needs to trigger. She's not triggering yet. Okay, so Crowd is not triggering. I might not swing it. I needed to see this, but there's a catalyst tomorrow. Could be open for something tomorrow. Dell looks okay. Hood was, dude, 2275 on Hood. Hit it. Yeah. DraftKings. Yeah, I'm glad I missed that. Getting a little soft at the close, dude. So I think we chill. Probably profit taking. You're welcome for the update. I like Dell. I like Dell. The Dell is the 120s. I like it. So this is yesterday's high retest. Look, they're still going into the S&P 500. So we still have that order. I think it's okay. it's just a question of like, do I need it right now? Do I need to put the extra risk on?
Man, looking at NQ this morning,
I know.
It was chop until 12.
And then boom, like what? Yeah, while I'm at lunch.
Chop until now.
Yeah. Dell actually looks okay. Dell's a decent retest. Still over the 50. But it's not over like that major hump. So it could get, I think it could be a little chop. Dell looks decent though, still. Decent. It's like, is it screaming at me? Do I have to have it right here, right now? I mean, it looks good. But is it so good like I can't live without it good? That's the question. In phase. Yeah, I took most of the hood down. We'll see. We got a little bit. Yeah, but we got 30 minutes before the close, so anything can change in the next 30 minutes, to be honest.
Hey, how about Nvidia?
Nvidia? Do we want to look at Nvidia? Nvidia.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, no, so Nvidia was 115s. So it's this order block right here. So let me take a lot of this down just to. So I'm going to keep this line here because I think this level is going to be important. I don't think this one is important. We know 1, 2, 3 is important. Let me just change this. 1, 2, 3. So this morning, Nvidia, it's kind of like in the pre. This is the funky setup right here. So in the pre, if you're looking at Nvidia, you're looking like, oh, okay, it's looking good right here through the 50 and through the 20. But both of these are going to act like kind of like near-term resistance and support. The only hesitancy is this order block right here. This is a fair value at 118.30 from this morning. And then you zoom in a little bit. And so here are those levels. And then I'll play it forward. This is what happened. So you get through, it's this quick rejection all over here. So this is 118. Remember, you have this defensive block 115. And that's kind of where we're landing. So 20 and the 50-day really tight. I think that signals to me it's more like consolidation. You can't get through pre-market highs. You can't get over the 20-day simple moving average. And then at the time, basically yesterday's kind of balance, essentially. I say balance, like the point of control from yesterday, whatever that is. So here's here to here. Point of control is here. 116, it's holding and then it failed. And so that's when you get this extension lower. And that I believe is exactly where we're sitting right on this here. But look, so far they're not able to press it down further. And then if I look at this, it's an interesting level. One, it's like, it's a watch for me. It's not like a, oh my God. So like same spot here, all of this, here, and here we are again. So the question is like, what do they do? I think, in large part, to be fair, this is like broad consolidation. In here. Probably more like in here. So this is a fair value from the other day that can be filled, like 110s. And if this does do this, I think that this, here, if I clean this up, right? I think that this, generally speaking, is the range that Nvidia's in. I don't know that this level holds right now. it's not at a spot where it's like, oh, I have to buy it either. It's not in an uptrend, and it's still firmly in consolidation. So to me, it's like this. If you see this kind of thing happening, boom, right there is a spot, but you still want to be cautious up here. So I don't know that it gets over 123, but here isn't like a value add to me. It's going to be right here around that 110, just under 110, at the bottom of this consolidation. If this, does it make sense? Hopefully.
Sir.
So I like it better down there. It's not like I need to short it to there either. Jason, can you tell him it to go long Intel? No pros required. I love it. Yeah. So maybe this is like, it's squeezy cheesy, but like it's consolidation too. So like that, you know, you're gap to gap and it's going to get, but this consolidation doesn't really come to a head until like November. So setting up big fat flag. But unless it's over, for me, it's going to be 123. It's not firing off just yet. So, all right. I'm calling it there, boys and girls. Check you on the next one. And I'm going to go head over to Mid's place. Adios.